Welcome to the Pew.
Welcome to the Pew with Steve Lewis.
The legendary Steve Lewis. Hotel designer.
Says that, I check my pulse.
Restaurateur. Nightclub promoter.
Extraordinaire.
I haven't done any of those things in a while.
Well, it's all
a
part of your
multi-talented, gifted.
Polymath.
Right, I like that word.
Polymath, I like that. Did you learn that when you were in the joint?
I did.
So I'd like to. The first thing I'd like to ask you is, you just came back from Thailand. So tell us what you're doing in Thailand.
I'm designing the rooms for a hotel in a place called Phuket, which is really an incredible place. I almost didn't come back. And I'm doing 12 rooms. Each one is themed differently. So it's kind of exciting.
Is it like a boutique hotel?
Yeah, it's in a resort that they're building from the ground up. They carved it into the jungle. There's a river that runs through it. It's gorgeous. I mean, they have like a road that's just for Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's totally shishi, and I get to do the rooms. So
I also heard.
Is there going to be a club in the hotel?
There's a restaurant, and yes, it's going to be like outdoors. I mean, yes, a club-ish.
But
not a nightclub enclosed.
I heard you're also doing the roof at space.
They say that, but they haven't retained me, so yes, I am.
They do say it because they told it to me.
Yeah, they want me to do it. I have some great ideas for that. I really want to do a roof.
We want somebody needs to bring some good ideas.
Yes, well, I think they're all right. I think they're doing all right. They're surviving, and that's a lot in this day.
Yeah,
big club.
There's a line around the.
What impressions did you get of Phuket? Was that the first time you had gone there?
It's the first time I've ever been to Thailand.
I
didn't have a passport. I actually just got my first passport in 18 years. I never travel. I hate it. I think it's heaven on earth. I think it's the greatest place I've ever been. I just think it's amazing. The people are just unbelievable.
Though, when you leave New York and you go to another place for the first time, you think it's heaven on earth until if you had to live there.
I don't know. It's the people are just so friendly that the first couple of days you think, oh my God, this is crazy. When's the shoe going to fall? And then that's the way they are. They're really friendly. The food is amazing. It's cheap as can be. Once you get there, it costs like $1,500 to get there. I flew first class, so it was more. But it was, once you get there, everything's really cheap. The hotels, foods, everything. And there's so much to see. It's a beautiful city. I mean, Bangkok, which I stayed for 2 days, is a city of 14 million people. So it's bigger than New York.
People forget that New York is not like the capital of the world anymore. It's like, the world has gone on kind of. I mean, it is in a way, but Rudolph is in Sao Paulo, and there's like, I don't know, 20 million people or whatever.
The notion that New York is the capital of the world is ridiculous.
Right.
Everything's in Bangkok. Everything's happening in Southeast Asia in this world. I mean, it's you don't understand. First of all, Bangkok has 100% full employment. I mean, anybody wants to work.
What, are they like forced or something?
There's so much work. There's such a boom.
Why? Because we're buying all their stuff?
No, it's because there's a lot of reasons. One, it's a medical capital of Asia. Like people go there for medical treatment, and also it's banking. It's a stable country. It's been it has never been conquered by the Brits or the frogs.
Well, that's why they call it Bangkok.
So how much did your Botox cost there?
It was.
And now a word from our sponsor.
And now a word from our sponsor.
What's in, what's out, what it's all about. I know what the kids are like. What's good, what's bad.
Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to Pew.
So Steve's going to tell us a little bit about the projects in New York that he's working on.
Well, I just finished a club in Brooklyn. I think it's the best club in the city.
What's it called?
It's called Good Room. And it's on Meserole and Manhattan Avenues in Greenpoint, and it's just starting out, and I'm very proud of it.
Is it open already?
It's open.
How many days a week?
It's open 2 days a week, but they're going to be open 5 to 7. They're pretty close to it.
How big is it?
It holds like 500 people, and it's a really nice space. They have big DJs. There's 2 dance floors. It's very design-wise and shape-wise. It's like spa. It's very much like
I never got to see.
Oh, you were away, but
how does it compare in size to Verboten and to Output?
Smaller. It's smaller than both of them. It's much smaller.
Those places
Verboten holds about 800 people. And
Verboten.
Yeah,
Verboten means forbidden in German.
Right.
Oh my God! So you learned a lot, didn't you?
No, Verboten is like.
Yeah. Anyway, it's smaller, but it's more intimate. It's more like a club than a venue.
One of my I like the dance floor at Verboten, and but I don't like the dance floor that much at Output because I think it's kind of cramped. So how does the dance floor stack up at your new club?
It's many tiers. It's a very nice dance floor. Everybody's praising it. I think it's probably one of the better things I've designed.
Steve is a dance floor design genius. I mean, he knows about what makes a good dance floor and what makes a bad dance floor.
Well, what do you think of the dance floor at Output?
I never go to Output. It's sort of against what
Pasha?
I'm into. You know.
You've been to Pasha.
Yes, I've been to Pasha.
What do you think
It's
of the dance
against
floor at
Pasha
Pasha?
is Pasha's an in-between size. It's sort of worked for them. They've been there for like 10 years.
Yes, but doesn't the second floor dance floor, isn't it weirdly shaped?
Yes, it doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
got
like
like
that
all
at
those
all.
weird
I'm good at
nooks and
flow,
crannies.
and
Yes,
how
exactly.
a club
There's
functions.
no flow in
This
it.
is the best flowing club I've been involved
The
with.
best flowing club.
I'm curious, why is Output against what you're into?
I'm not interested in venues as pretending to be clubs.
What does that mean?
It means that they book DJs and people go for that DJ and their crowd is defined by that DJ as opposed to a club which is socially definable.
Yes.
And people go for the club and then you have to have good music because you have to have good music, but the DJ is not as relevant. As long as he's good.
That kind of started going, going in the other direction many, many years ago. I mean, like there were,
Well, I think we're partly to blame for that. I mean, I know that in the early 90s or mid 90s, like clubs really promoted DJs and magazines
and
promoted
specific
them.
nights.
And
Suzanne
try
Bosch-
to turn them into superstars.
Suzanne
And
Bosch
then
did
now
the
that they're
same thing,
superstars,
though.
they're big draws, and people just go to the dance floors and watch them.
Right. I think that Good Room is more of a club and less of a venue, and Output is more of a venue and less of a club.
Suzanne Bosch started that also with her Suzanne Sauvage. That was the first time it was like a night that you go to, just specifically for that night, instead of you go to Danceteria or Area or whatever.
And I'm not a house head anyway. I don't like house music. So if I'm not at Verboten, it's nothing against them at all. It's just that I just don't travel to see house music. I'm a rock and roller deep down and true.
I've become a big rock and roller since I went to prison.
Well, I'm still a house head.
Yeah, so if you're a house head, you go to Verboten. I don't care about it. I don't listen to house music at all. It is booked at Good Room, and I go there. There's another room in there that.
So there's going to be rock at Good Room?
Yeah, there's two rooms. There's one dance floor, which is more rock, 80s, Michael Cavadius and people like that. Sammy Joe DJ'd there the other day, and it's more fun like that. It's more my kind of music. And then there's the dance main floor, which is house, and what they call techno or whatever, EDM, whatever words you want to put on it. But I think the crowd is enjoying it, and that's what I go for. I go to see what I did, if I did something right or if I did something wrong. You learn from your mistakes, and you don't learn from you learn from doing things right also. And I think this one's really right. I'm also doing a cigar store chain, which is really interesting. It's very that's keeping me very busy.
Store or a venue?
It's stores. It's a store. I'm designing a place where you buy cigars, and it's a whole different way of design.
Is there anywhere left that you can smoke a cigar? I mean,
there are
you
places
can't.
specifically for that.
Not in the hotels and clubs.
No,
that he's
not in
designing.
New York City. This is out in Long Island.
Right.
Long Island, and it's yes, but it's a good question. And I ask the question every day. Is this going to be?
I mean, there are even some parks and outside places where they say you can't.
Well, I'm not a smoker, but
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Good cigars are good cigars.
Cigar bars from Steve Lewis.
There you go. Well, we'll see if it works out. I like designing things I haven't designed before. Like I did a tanning salon, and I did, all different weird spas and stuff. So it was kind of fun to design something that you haven't done before.
It's funny that's the sort of like the ultimate. That's what happened to you and Rudolph both. You both were club directors, ending up club designers or venue designers or space designers. I think
it's a natural step. When you get a
it's
little older, you don't want to be at a club.
It's a natural progression, right?
I want to be.
But you're still interested in it,
Yeah.
and Ernie's snapping his fingers. That means it's the time for the end of the pew. And thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Hey, it was nice meeting you all.